Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cocktails and Rocktails with me, your most notorious groupie, Allison Rouse, author of this little guy right here. Not so little, lots of pages, lots of stories, but not even half the story. And I stopped telling my story in 2002, but it doesn't mean it ends there. Not at all, not even close. But so this little book right here, and these ones as well, you guys, where you can find that, my merchandise, everything down in that description. So go down like it's the back lounge of a tour bus in the 80s. It was good times. And today, you guys, as always, thank you so much for all the love, all the support, all the amazing friends, all the great stories, everything that everybody's sharing with each other and all of us here, the lurkers, everybody who's just sort of wandering around, checking stuff out. Thank you so much for really talking to me. And I mean, just saying things to me that I never expected, that are so humbly I'm grateful for. So thank you guys so much for all the love, all the support, and how you see me. It helps me see myself better, like I used to, you know? Helps me remember who I am. So thank you guys so much for that. It's a gift beyond compare. And today we are going to be digging through a little bit of my memories. I was cleaning out my grandmother's, I have this desk that was my great-grandmother's on my mother's side, then it was my grandmother's, then it was my mom's. My sister had it for a while. Now I have it. So I was cleaning it out because you know how we all have that one desk. It's an old, folding ladies' desk and stuff. And we just sort of put stuff in there, and I'm just going to put this here for now so it's out of sight. Everything looks clean. So I was doing one of those clean outs, and I found some really good stuff. And you guys, there's a few pictures because some of you wanted to see pictures that I haven't seen in forever. There's something that Danny wrote, and then I'm going to read you a couple of things from a couple journals that I found. One from about 92 and another one from about 2002. 10 years difference. That should be interesting, right? Not really, but no, we'll see. And today's little cocktail. Now, this beer is like, I really like Lindemans. I was trying to find their raspberry one, but Utah, we have a lot of weird liquor laws, and the way that, they control everything, what goes on the shelves of the state-owned liquor stores and in the restaurants and stuff. So, two totally different things. But anyway, I was trying to find the raspberry one because I wanted to make a dirty hoe. So you mix a raspberry Lindemans with a hoe garden and you call it a dirty hoe. But this is what I found. This is a peach Lambic beer. I haven't tried this one yet. I like the raspberry, like I said. It's really good. Oh, God, it's bitch to open. Could open. Usually, getting the top off is quite easier. Anyway, all right. So, everybody grab your peaches, kick up your feet, and we're going to have a little cocktails and memory tales today. All right. Cheers, big ears. That's tart. A lot more sweet and tart than I thought this would be. And I know their raspberry is as well, but these are fresh. These are like fresh fruits. They don't use a lot of artificial flavors. So you're going to get that extra tart flavor with this. And for people who aren't real beer drinkers, it reminds me more of, God, what's the name of that drink? It's peaches and champagne. It's something more like that. So if you don't really like beer and this is on the menu or this is in the store, this is what you'd like because it is a little peachier, it's a little tartar, a little sweeter. Definitely going to swallow this over Kipwinger any day. Okay, so let's get started, you guys. So I found a few of these pictures from my childhood and stuff, and like I said, I'm going to read from my journals. This is just kind of going through and seeing where we are. And oh my God, you guys, I don't even know which year this was. I think this year, this picture was maybe first grade, second grade, probably. What year was that? 76, 77? Oh, look at that hair. My mom used to make me sleep in those goddamn curlers. You know, the curlers, the pink fuzzy ones? Yeah, those. So that's me I would say that's about 1976. There's no date or anything on it, so not sure. But, oh, you guys are going to love this one. I was saucy from the beginning. Yes, I was. Now, we all know those pictures we take at the amusement parks. And I grew up in Missouri. I didn't grow up in Salt Lake City. I moved here in 1985, right before my 15th birthday. So I spent 9 years growing up in Missouri, born in New Mexico. But anyway, so there is a place in Branson called Silver Dollar City. And, oh, you know it had these pictures. We've all taken these pictures at the... Let's see if you can see that okay. Whoops, what's falling down? Anyway, so I was saucy from the beginning, as you can tell. Oh, what's something falling out? Something falling out. Oh, that was my best friend growing up. But okay, anyway, you'll see her in a second. So yeah, this is me because I refuse to wear the Laura Ingalls Wilder. I'm like, no, I want to wear the saloon girl outfit. And I was probably 10, 11 years old when this was taken. And that's all I wanted to do was wear that saloon outfit. I did not in any shape or form want to wear the little prairie dress like all the other young girls were wearing. I was like, no, fuck no. Hell no. Didn't wear that. So, okay, so this is going to be a few years later. I'm going to cover her face. That's my best friend Jamel, grown up. We were both on the city council. This is the last dance I was in let's do this, in Salem, right before I moved to Salt Lake City. Right before I met David Lee Roth, we were both on the student council. I believe I was the secretary. Jamel might have been the vice president. But anyway, so this is a school dance from our junior high. Look at me, looking all ladylike in my 1980s, my open-toe pumps and the pantyhose. And this is like, I'm like 14 here. We were Gen X, you guys. We grew up pretty quickly. Okay, so as you can see, I was saucy from the beginnings. There's no doubt about it. My dad he was like, you are not wearing that damn thing. Yes, Dad, I was. He tried to tell me not to do a lot of stuff. So now this is a few years later. This is around my brother's wedding. Probably my junior year in high school. I've been in Salt Lake City for about a year at this point. Yeah, I'm naturally blonde, you guys. This is actually me. This is so me. I mean, people are like, no. I'm like, yeah, that's me. So this one, I think, was at my brother's wedding. I was probably about 16 years old. So not too far. Already hanging out with rock stars, you know, got the big 80s hair, got that little side blowout. You guys, anybody who knows, you know. You know that side blowout. But yeah, so there I am, about 1986-ish, 87-ish. I would say, yeah, they're still married. And here we go. This is, I'm going to do this this is my friend from high school. This is definitely groupie-fied by this point. Senior year in high school. This is my yard where we lived in Salt Lake City when I was in high school. Look at that. That dress. I love that dress. It laced up in the back, you know, kind of like the corset lace. And it's just really cute. And it was the first day of school. And my English class, I wore that. My English teacher, Mr. Oates, who was a good-looking younger, you know, the tweed jacket, you know, that young teacher, dark classroom, you know, the police song, totally that. And he was like, oh, I'm going to call you Roxanne because that dress reminds me of Roxanne, the song by the Police. You don't have to put on your red dress. I'm like, oh, I'm putting on my red dress. I know how to pass this class. No, I'm kidding. But so, and this popped out. So, okay, I'll do this with you guys. So, it's a little note. My friends and I were on our way to go hang out with some band. It was Tracy, Danny, me, and I think maybe Kristen was with us. I don't remember, but we were on our way to go hang out with some band. And we were stopping by to grab some lipstick or something like a Rite Aid or Walgreens or something like that. And as we were walking in, this blonde-haired guy was just like, hey. I'm like, hey. And I was just wearing this long black dress, you know, just kind of like this, what I'm wearing now, but a longer dress. So anyway, this is what he wrote. Hey, and he left this on the car windshield. Hey, you in the black, want to have fun, be spoiled? Call me, Steve. I was driving the Jag. And he leaves his number. I'm tempted to look up this number to see if it still belongs to his Steve. So anyway, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I never called him because I'm like, dude, I'm already spoiled. I'm on my way to hang out with the band, and I've already been on private planes. So, all right. And we're going to get moving on to what Danny wrote. So I hope you guys are kind of enjoying this episode. I hope you enjoyed the pictures. That's pretty much all the pictures I found in the desk. There's more in my storage, more that were stolen from my storage, stuff like that. But this is something, because when we were first talking about writing the book, Danny and I were tossing it together to do it as a duo and kind of write fictional based on reality. So that was, one of the things we were doing. And she's really, really talented. And this is something that she wrote. So this is all credit to Danny. So I'm going to read this to you. She decided not to do it for her own personal reasons and stuff. She likes her privacy, stuff like that. So that's why she chose not to do the book in the long run. And wasn't sure if I was going to continue with it or not. And I eventually did, obviously. So there we go. Now this is what she wrote. The band game. Now, because that's what we were going to call the book originally. Now, just from the title, one would automatically draw certain conclusions. A million cliches come to mind. Music is a groupie's game board, and the pieces, why, sex and drugs, of course, and the chips, the musicians, just pawns in a game to see how many chips us groupies can collect. So we can proudly display our game pieces to all that will look or listen. And one could come to such a conclusion upon first look. I'll trade you a bus driver and a rigger for one lighting guy. Yeah, I'll see your lighting guy and raise you as sound man. Yeah, well, I'll just about own the board with the manager and the bass player. But those are what we call the bus girls, tub tots. We know where that came from. Blow me dolls, whatever you want to call them. But what we are talking about here is different. We are groupies, certainly. Naturally, in fact. But we are friends. We aren't muses. We are the girls that made them become rock stars in the first place. We are what every man visualized when he played his first guitar in front of the mirror. We are the girls of rock and roll. You won't find us in the back lounge hastily reapplying our lipstick before getting shoved out the bus door. No, be serious. We are the girls who show up at the right restaurants because that is where we go. The right clubs because that is where we go. We are the girls they accidentally bump into and have to work for, have to rely on who they are to pick us up, not what they are. You will never see us chase a rock star. They chase us. Of course, we all know it's a game. It's the band game, and we are good at it. We are the girls who, laminates around our necks, drive over with the band and wait with them in their dressing rooms while thousands of screaming fans wait for them. We are the girls who get them set to go on stage and pump them up to be rock and roll. We are their fuel. We are real. And in the end, we are family. What they give us, that moment of being part of it, getting to see places and do things we wouldn't otherwise do. Some think we're just the sex part, and they are the drugs and rock and roll, but we're not. We're much more than that. What we give them, a moment of being absolutely normal. Of being just one person hanging out with friends and being totally their equal. One of the group, laughing over something only they would understand. It's a perfect trade-off. And we all win at the band game. That's what Danny wrote. And this was probably about 2008-ish. Oh, this was July of 2002. Wow. So you see, you guys, it's not just me. This was 2002, and this is what Danny wrote. Because we were just kind of tossing it around at the time that maybe we should do a book because everything that was going on with John. And it was also something to distract me with. And, Danny was just like another groupie friend. Antoinette is like, is she going to still be hanging out backstage? And Danny was like, oh yeah, nothing stops her from being backstage. And if anything, this makes her more, part of that family because she is part. But so, yeah. Danny and I were talking about doing the book together, calling it The Band Game, and that's what she wrote. That was the first thing written that actually ended up in what I have now. I didn't include it because it is hers. But in the second book, I may include this as a little bit of a forward preface type of thing. So, yeah, I've said it all along. Danny said it. Kristen said it. Marie said it. Us groupies of the 80s, we weren't a parody. We weren't bimbos standing in line to fuck rock stars. They were standing in line to fuck us because we were high quality. There you go. All right, so let's move on. What do I have marked here? I do have a couple things marked here that I wanted to read. Okay, so let's see. February 23rd of 1994, went to the Scorpions last night, had all access passes. Met a cute boy named Darren. Wasn't his name? Sorry, Aaron. And keep in mind, I was already with Klaus, and I was supposed, and this is part of the last 2 weeks of Kristen and I being in Salt Lake City. This is part of the last, I think part of the last month we were in Salt Lake City. But that's not what I have marked off. Okay, let me go back. Where did it go? Oh, it fell out. Okay, so this is March 8th of 1994. White Zombie was canceled because Shauna, their bass player, had appendicitis. They were here for a couple days, and I saw Phil, their drummer, who's sadly since passed away. Then this past Saturday, Warren played here. Didn't bother with them. But I met another cute guy from another band. Can't remember their name. He's got a tongue ring. And he's a really nice guy, and he's only 22. But he just doesn't seem like he's 22. I like this man. I talked to him today, too. Yes, I kind of want to see him again. Now if I could only remember his name. I remember 98% of my lovers' names, and this guy, I remember he was calling me when I was in Seattle, and I wish I could remember his name. Anyway, so March 17th, so this is 9 days later. Typo Negative was in town. The lead singer thought, always tells me I'm beautiful. That's all I needed. I've been having such a shitty week. Dance on stage with them during the Black #1 song, yes. And I do talk about that in one of my other videos. Chris and I was wearing this long black kind of flowy dress, kind of came in the middle and flowed out at the bottom. Came to, mid-calf. These cute little shoeies and these thigh-high stockings, no panties, and I was kicking my leg over Peter's, like he was holding it up on his arm, and I leaned back, and I was already dancing at this point, and I leaned back and was doing something with and Pete, he was like, whoa! But I was actually with Sal, their drummer, who was at this time in Life of Agony. He'd already left Typo Negative. Okay. Beautiful Peter. He's always such a sweet guy. They're all actually beautiful. Sal left a big bite mark on my ass, shithead. Anyway, had a great time. Mozart was here also. I finally had sex with Daniel. 7 months later, it was all right. So you guys don't know who Mozart is. They were a band out of LA. Came through Salt Lake City a lot. Their lead singer, Adam, has a killer voice. You guys might know Adam from the band The Flies, Got You Where I Want You. I knew them long before. So Google, on YouTube, look up Mozart, Japan is Calling. You'll see, if you know who The Flies are, you'll see what Adam's voice can actually do. We hung out with them. Oh, so then I don't write for a minute, I guess. I don't know. For some reason, I've got something else marked. Oh, this is when we move up to Seattle. Okay, so this is August of 1995. So I guess I didn't write for a minute. Went to Soundgarden last night and got driven backstage on the tour bus. Ha ha ha. Showed those fucking blue-shirted fucking security guards and badge-wearing assholes, because this is when we were hanging out with Soundgarden. I'm not sure if I've told this story, but I will. So there's more to this story, because I knew people working for Soundgarden. I was living in Seattle, and of course, them being in Seattle, there was going to be a lot of cool people backstage. This is the Spoon Man era. Spoon Man was on the side of the stage. Okay. They didn't believe, those stupid assholes didn't believe that me and my friends were with the band. And we got all access passes and stood on the side of the stage for the show. It was great. Even got to see Gunk, which is a roadie friend. Because for those groupies who are like, I don't date the road crew. It's not that I date the road crew. Yeah, I've dated a couple of roadies. You guys know Oris and I have been friends. We've never dated or anything like that, but we've been friends for 30 years. Because if you've spent time with the band, you're spending time with the whole family. You're seeing those road crew guys at the hotel bar, at the gig, on the bus, on the plane, at the hotel. You're in the room next to him. They're all parts of your lives. And Gunk, rest his soul, and Gunk and Gunji were both on that tour, and they were both roadies that we know. And how we got backstage is that Gunji happened to see us. And I started waving Gunji, and he was coming, the guys from Reverend Horton, were just pulling in while we were standing there by the buses at the Seattle Center. So here comes Reverend Horton, and the bus door opens up, and they're like, "Hi, ladies. How you doing?" with their southern drawls. And they're like, "Oh, that's my friend." And I was like, "That's my friend Gunk and Gunji over there. And these bitches won't let us go to talk to him." Because they were going like this, because they were having to go in and do their job. So the Rev, the lead singer, he was like, "Oh, no problem, ladies." He's like, "Jump right on." Open that bus door. Me, my friend Cynthia, and Jana from LA, or from Seattle, we all jumped on that fucking bus. Drove right backstage. Bitches. So, anyway, gonna get my plane ticket to see Aaron. Wow, I can't wait to have it in my hands. Okay, so that's not that much fun. Aaron was another roadie that I ditched Klaus Mine for. He was really hottie patati. We'll move on from there. All right. Ooh, I forgot about this. Oh, okay. These two kind of go together because this is Many, Many Moons. What's this? Many, Many Moons Later. Oh, that's one of my drawings from furniture. Because I love designing and building furniture. I used to do that with my dad, growing up and as a grown-up. And I do this stuff sometimes. Design furniture. Design whole bedrooms. Decide how it's going to go. All right. What else am I looking for? Ooh, what is this? Oh, revised slightly for the groupie book. Oh, this is a Rumi saying, "Companionship with the holy makes you one of them. Though you are a pebble or a marble, you will become a jewel when you reach a man of rock." Rumi said a man of God, but some rock stars have made me see God, so that's cool. All right, so I have a couple. So this starts out in February of 2001. Went to Pantera on Sunday, saw Vinny. We hung out. He's going to be around for a few more days. I thought he wasn't going to call me. They stayed here a couple of extra days, but he did. We hung out last night, and he was so much fun. He's so funny, and I love to fuck him. He gave me this fuzzy purse, which was stolen. And it was this fur purse. It was because every night that we were hanging out, he saw that I had a different purse, from Hermes to Fendi and Gucci and stuff. I had my Hermes because I got it in Seattle before people knew what, Hermes before. And it's an original Kelly bag. But anyway, so he had bought me on the last day. He went into the gift shop and there was this fur purse. And he comes back into my car because I was getting it from valet, and he jumps in the passenger seat and he's like, "I just want to tell you how much fun I have with you." And he gave that to me, and I was like, "A fur purse." And I'm so sad it's gone, because that was the one thing that really meant a lot to me. Not because, because it was Vincent Paul. He's not around anymore. So this is February 2001 when he did that. He gave me the furry purse. I can't wait to hear from him again. And I think that he will see me again soon, too. He is so, I don't know. But I am so leftover. That's what I say for hangover. I don't say hangover. I say leftover. All right. What's this one? Oh, well, that's fun. What's this? Oh, this is set list. Or this is what do you call it? This is in your dressing room. It tells you what time you're going on stage. So it says the Nose Goblins. But the Nose Goblins was actually Izzy Stradlin and the Juju Hounds minus Izzy, because Izzy didn't want to go on the road. He had just made that album with the Juju Hounds. And this is from that when they were opening up for the Black Crowes. So, 670 miles, 12 hours to Albuquerque. That was their next. So this is basically what it looked like back in the day. This was in your dressing room. Yeah. And this told you what was happening that night. Okay, so this is pretty interesting because, like I said, this is going to go with what's in these packages right here. Well, June 27th was the day I will never forget. God be with those that need you in this time. Forgive me if there was something I could have done. Forgive me, John, if there was something I could have done. What a tragic loss in so many ways. Godspeed, John Entwistle. This was 6/28/02, the day after John passed. I am so glad to be enlightened by your presence. This is a few days later. July 2nd of 2002. Doing okay right now. There was a print up in the paper. Well, first Cy called me and told me it was pasted on Pete Townsend's of The Who's website. Anyway, it said that a local adult entertainer, of course they had to put that in, was bracing now that the word was out that I was with John that night. The fucking cop or whoever that sold that info. Nothing more today about it. I just don't want anything known about it. This is such a sad and horrific situation. All I want is to respect John and his family and his by staying out of sight. And his mom. I mean, this is just for no one else to know. And really, as much as John's privacy and respect is a priority, mine is too. I could be so shoved in the dirt because of this, and no one needs that right now. We have all had enough. Arg! Big arg. I just want protection for all. And to do the right thing. Please let this stay out of the scandal and news. Just let it be dropped by all and no harm or blame to come to anyone. July 3rd. So fucking pissed. Cy called to tell me that Bill, another guy that was hanging out that night, John's art distributor, and Cy says Bill, got a call from some tabloid reporter saying I was holding a press conference to sell my story to the highest bidder. Why the fuck are they doing this to us? I just want this whole thing to blow over. And for John Entwistle to be respected now and always. And for my privacy too. I am so fucking freaked out by all this. You know, I wouldn't even know how to call a press conference. God, please let this all stay private. My reputation is worth too much to me, more than money. And so is the respect and privacy for all involved. So the person that was going to be holding the press conference is the girl in this picture who claims this was the last picture of John. She thought the stripper they were talking about was her because she was a stripper at the Olympic Garden. She gave blowjobs in the VIP room. I know this because I had met her about 2 months before when Sala was in town. And he wanted to see a girl dance for me. You know, have a little foreplay. She tried to go on him in the VIP room at OG's because I wasn't going to go to my own club. You know, let's go where I don't know everybody because you're not going to get the same effect. So this girl who sold the last picture, that was her. That was actually, because she thought it was her that everybody was looking for. And, oh my God, I'm going to be so famous. But as you can tell, that was not my intention. This was my family. Like, you know, that was said in what Danny had wrote. This was family. John had his family. Cy was part of the family. The road crew, Pete, everybody, my family. This was all to do with family, and I just did not want this all out there like that. So this is July 5th of 2002. Still fucking livid. What Cy told me yesterday is now printed in that same gossip column. It says I am reportedly going public. I have never once even attempted to contact the media, nor have they come in contact with me. And with God by my side, I pray they won't even get to me. I won't even go into that. I just hope they won't ever get to me. Why is this one-eyed bastard? Because I'm talking about Norm Clark. He's like the biggest gossip columnist in Vegas for a lot of years. And he has an eye patch. He had I don't know if it was an accident when he was younger or whatever, but yeah, so he wears an eye patch. He's since been nice to me since all this was happening, and he's been very cool. So I don't mean this rude to Norm Clark, because like I said, he was very cool to me in the later years, and thank you for being that at the time. He's got to understand what was going on, and maybe this will help people understand what was really going on in my mind. Because, I mean, I can't fake a journal that I wrote in 2002. Okay. So, I've never even attempted to contact the media, nor have they come in contact with me. And who is this one-eyed bastard what is this one-eyed bastard trying to push? Why is this one-eyed bastard, sorry, I can't read my own handwriting. Why is this one-eyed bastard trying to push the issue? I am not your typical girl, asswipe. My integrity and respect of privacy and reputation are invaluable to me completely. Just please let this all go away with no parties disrespected, no parties being harmed, blamed, or anything else in any way, shape, or form. Even that one-eyed, disrespectful, malicious reporter, or any others that might be lurking. Protect us all. I have hope. How'd that work out? Oh boy, July 6th. God, I forgot. I haven't even read this since I wrote it, probably. Yeah, this just keeps getting sicker. Some girls sold pictures of John. They took them that night, the stripper I was talking about, and sold them to the Star tabloid. One is that stripper from OG, that sellout stripper whore. She gives one like me a bad name. What fucking sellouts? I am so glad that is not me. I can't fucking believe this. And the story is not only contradictory, it is a load of crap. And it mentions John frolicking in his room with a stripper. Ugh, some people make me throw up. Yep. July 11th. Addition to Danny's groupie poetry. Girls like us, we affect more than just the band. We are the reason the bus girls become groupies in the first place. You know, my cousin's best friend's sister just came back from there with him from that band, and with one fairy tale, a bus girl is born, and a road crew is forever grateful. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Like I said, just shit I was writing, because at this point in time, I was just sequestered. I had, laptop or a computer. They didn't have laptops quite yet. But I had my computer. I was not leaving my apartment. My best friend was going to give me groceries and stuff because I was afraid to leave my apartment. And this is all, like I said, this is from when I sued Roger. And this is January 10th of 2003. I have finally received a copy of the Clark County's Court of Report of Investigation on the death of John Entwistle. Please notice that this report, which is available to the public, discloses not only your name but an address on South Durango in Las Vegas. When you have had a chance to read the report, give me a call. Yeah, because this is one of the things we did when we were suing Roger Daltrey is we wanted to see the report, and because I wanted to, go after them for releasing my unlisted phone number and address. It's since been blacked out because knowing the mayor of Vegas really fucking helps, especially when that mayor of Vegas played himself in the movie Casino as the mob's lawyer. Yeah. Oscar Goodman's a cool guy. What is this? This is more stuff. Oh, these are other ones that, we had to send. These are other sites that I had to send cease and desist to. So this is all happening when I decided, and I had come back to Salt Lake City already, and I decided to go ahead and sue Roger Daltrey for continuing to call me a hooker, a prostitute, a murderer, and a druggie. And these papers, all the papers that I had from everything from my lawyers and stuff, these are all this is all it. This is the whole case. Right here. Enclosed is your information. Enclosed for your information only is your invoice for services rendered. I didn't have to pay that, Roger Daltrey did, so plop right back in the envelope. So true. What is this one? Oh, God. I can't get it out. Okay. Oh, so this is to Roger Daltrey's lawyer. Dear Mr. Hoffman, I have received the retention letter signed by Roger Daltrey and the check for attorney fees. In accordance with our agreement, I am enclosing the original, signed and notarized general release. I will deposit the check for attorney fees into the firm's account. Blah, blah, blah. So this is after Roger Daltrey was like, fine, we did not get into, we didn't go to court because he knew he was wrong and there was nothing. Nobody could prove anything because I never was something. So, to whom all these represents or shall come or may concern, know that the individual personally and professionally known as Alice Rouse, in care of my attorneys in this address in Salt Lake City, hereinafter as releaser is in consideration of the sum of good valuable So basically, it's saying that I'm releasing Roger Daltrey and his heirs and anybody else from this day, which is the 18th day of December of 2006. So that must have been 2006 when we actually started, because it was like a 3 or 4 month issue. But this is basically saying that I forgive Roger Daltrey from that day, December 18th of 2006, from that day to the beginning of time. I will forgive him for anything he said before that day. After that day, if he says anything, then fuck you, dude. You're in deep shit. So that's a lot of the stuff that I have. Here, of course, is the letter from Roger Daltrey. It says, oh, this is the tabloid, a copy of one of the tabloids that we dug up. But here's the letter from Roger Daltrey. This is a $25,000 piece of paper. So here, let me see if I can get that so you guys can see it just right. You see it okay? All right. So this is the apology letter that I requested from him because that was all I wanted. Personal apology, public retraction, pay my lawyer on the way out. Next time you do this, then I'll own your bitch ass. That was my attitude. So, dear Ms. Rouse, certain incorrect statements have been attributed to me concerning events that occurred on the night that John Entwistle died. Among them is the following excerpt that appeared in the August 2006 issue of Q magazine in an article titled My Temper Always Got Results, an interview with me conducted by William Shaw. Mr. Shaw's question. You said a very sweet thing when John Entwistle died in a hotel room in Las Vegas after a night spent with a prostitute, because I also took action against Q and Mojo. Q and Mojo magazine are same sister company. So, also, they had to print a retraction. I just sent out a cease and desist. That was a quick and easy. This was a little more involved. So, because what people don't know, and I've done an episode on this, I had Roger Daltrey served in a way that I was like, no, fuck you, dude. I'm making my point. They were playing Las Vegas, then playing Salt Lake City the next show. Guess where I had him served? Las Vegas. I wanted it to be ironic, and I wanted him to know I am still in fucking Vegas, and you're going to see, you're going to be tense to see if I show up in Salt Lake City, because Cy was on the road with him, and he called me. And I thought about it, just to be a bitch. Because like I said, he got served in Las Vegas backstage. Like I said, I'm not your 70s groupies, honey. I'm not that scammy Les Pars who was a doormat. You wouldn't see her suing anybody, because ain't nobody got nothing to say about her. Anyway, so this is Roger's response. Well, I got very down about Keith dying, and then my parents died, and after that, you get on a very different level with death. When people say what a sad way John went, I say sad. 2 lines of coke and 2 hookers after a party in Vegas? Well done him. So we all know I am the one and only woman that was in the room that night. There was nobody else. There was all these rumors going on at the time. I did that one tabloid interview and just went on my merry way with life. So this, and he kept doing interview after interview after interview. So that's one of the reasons I forgave him. So a similar excerpt was published in February 2006 of the Mojo magazine. Like I said, Mojo and Q magazine are both owned by the same company. Mr. Shaw's question and my response contained false information. I have no reason to believe that John Entwistle spent the night with anyone other than you, and I acknowledge, of course, that you are not a prostitute. In addition, although John may have used cocaine on the night of his death, I have no reason to believe that you used any drugs, because I didn't. That was not my drug of choice. We all know what my drug of choice is. There we go. In order to set the record straight, I have requested that Q Magazine and Mojo Magazine publish a retraction of the question and answer the quoted above. If in the future you discover similar false statements that are attributed to me, please let me know. I will be pleased to request their retraction. I apologize for the inaccurate statements and regret any embarrassment or inconvenience they may have caused you. Sincerely, Roger Daltrey. $25,000 piece of paper right here. And that's not including Roger Daltrey's autograph and how much of this would actually go for in an auction. So, because there's only one of these. And there's no other story that matches. No other groupie has sued any other rock star for any reason. Some should. Some should. So there you guys go. Oh, and I forgot about these Cramps tickets. See, Danny and I don't know why we didn't go watch the Cramps, but Cramps tickets, 92. So maybe we did. I remember going up to the University of Utah's arena for a couple shows. They had this little music arena, but I remember going up there, and I guess it was the Cramps. Maybe we did see them. I don't know. I don't remember every concert I've ever seen. I remember the ones I slept with. No, I'm kidding. But okay, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hope you guys had a little fun looking into my grandma's desk with me. My great-grandmother's desk with me. Hope you kind of saw another insight. And yeah, these are all, everything that I read is word for word what I said in my journal. You know, so you guys see, I'm just talking like myself. I'm not putting on any airs. When John passed away, I didn't want to be out here. I didn't want this. Let's see, what's this? Even better news. Dirty Looks is playing in Salt Lake City for like a week. Great. Just when I forget about Henrik, that fucker. I don't know if I'll go down or not. Tiffany, this other girl, was like, Henrik is trying to be faithful to his wife. Kristen said, not when he sees Allison. Yeah, Tiffany, Henrik loves me, and that's a fact of life. He's told me he's loved me on more than one occasion. Anyway, I don't know if I want to put myself through that shit again. I don't even know what my feelings for Henrik are anymore. Oh, God. That's right, the Henrik roller coaster. Plus, I know when we see each other, all those unresolved problems and feelings will come back again. What will Henrik and I do? Either spend a week of heaven together or be totally oblivious to each other, which will just end up hurting both of us either way. And right now, all I want to do is concentrate on my life. It's a lot healthier for me than Henrik ever would be. I don't know. I'll think about it. I saw Henrik. What can I say? But, all right, so that's the last little snippet for you guys, impromptu turning of the page. So for some of you guys, yeah, I talk about Henrik in a few episodes because Henrik Ostergaard, God rest his soul. Lord, how many lovers have I lost? I never even thought about it till now. I thought, oh yeah, most of mine are still alive. Well, most of them are, but wow, I've lost quite a few friends, it seems. But yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed this little snippet into my life. Hope you enjoyed the reading. Hope you enjoyed the pictures. You guys tell me little snippets about your childhood or some, do you guys keep journals? And it really sucks because a lot of my journals from, a few years were in boxes that were stolen from my storage unit. Like, why the fuck do you want a box with nothing but journals in it? Like, why? So these are a couple that I still have. I think I have 3 or 4 in my journals. I'll have to look. I have some more boxes over in my storage unit that's on my property. So, all right, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you, everybody, for getting to the end of the video with me. You guys rock, and my members and everybody at Patreon. That's it. I'm deleting. Bring your memberships over here. I'm going to be doing live for members only. I'm going to be doing giveaways of my merchandise. I've got a few pieces coming for members only. There's a lot of stuff here that I just can't do on Patreon. And Patreon, you need a third-party filming to post anything more than like 5 minutes. And it's just a pain in the ass. So come on over here, you guys. Bring your memberships home. All right. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support, for all the wonderful ideas. You got any more ideas for an episode? Put it down in those comments, you guys. You know how much I love your participation. So, all right, you guys, we will see you next time. Cheers, big ears.